I'm sitting over behind my little TEA 20 here, and look, it's a great little tractor. This is the one we did the series on. Now, you may recall I put a Chinese knockoff Zenith 24T carby on it. And look, that carb, I don't know when the video come out. Look, it'd be at least a couple of years ago, maybe more. And that little carb has been just a beauty. I put it on the tractor, I never turn the fuel off. I just come to the tractor, hit the key, pull the gear stick up, and away she goes and runs like a beauty. But recently, we took it to a vintage machinery show with the plough on the back because there was some dirt there for the heavy horses, and it was a little bit hard for the horses to break open. So I took the little TEA in with the 2-furrow moldboard plough on the back, and we did a run, opened up the ground for them and parked it on the site for show, in the line-up with the other tractors. And look, that was all good, no leaking, no anything. On the first day of the show, we did a grand parade, which just started the tractors and, run down through where people could see it, just so people could sit and watch a passing parade of vintage cars and vintage machinery, tractors and things go past. And we put it back, and not long after that, I noticed it was flooding a little bit. There was a little drop coming out the bottom of the carb. So we thought, oh, okay, so I drained the carb out a bit, let it flush through, turned the fuel tap off. Then overnight, I had the fuel turned off. The next day I turned it back on, good as gold, not leaking at all. Then we went for the grand parade the second day, come back, and it was just pouring fuel out. So what I had to do was turn the tap off, and when I turned the key on, just turn the fuel on and hit it up quickly. So I brought the tractor home. It's been a couple of weeks now. It's been on my mind because I have another carby, a Chinese one, to look at. And I went out there to start it this morning. Well, the fuel, I wound and wound and wound, and I actually ended up having to turn my fuel tap off until it fired, then just opened my fuel tap about 1/8 of a turn to use it as a metering valve so I didn't dump too much fuel in the carb, and it was just chuffing black smoke out the back. So at the moment, this Chinese knockoff of a Zenith 24T or 24T-2 even carb is flooding the buggery. So this video is going to be about pulling the carb off. I probably won't show you pulling the carb off. Well, I might, we'll just see. You'll know in a minute. And we'll see what's gone wrong. We'll see, is the needle stuck, is the float jammed, is the float got a hole in it, has something gone wrong. So look, follow along, we'll have a look at it, and we'll see if we can work out what's gone wrong. Okay, I've got it on a bit of tin bench over here, and all I'd like to do is pop the top off. But the tractor was still running beautifully with this little carb. But she just started flooding, and that was it. Right, and we'll just pop the top off. Okay, first up, you can see the float is still floating. So the float looks okay. And there's nothing in it. Like it hasn't got a hole in it or anything like that. Now in the bottom there's a little bit of rusty stuff, so that might be a telltale sign. Now this little needle here, it's got 2 washers on it, this one. They normally have 1. Yeah, it doesn't matter how hard I push against this, it still lets air through. So I would think, look at that. See that little bit of rust? A little bit of rust on my finger? So it's got a little bit of rust out of my fuel tank through it. I'll just use this box to see what comes out. And now if I blow through that with my mouth, I can pop him shut and it shuts properly. So it looks like it's just a little bit of dirt that's come through my system. I'll have to check and see why it's come through. I'll give this a big clean up with probably a bit of brake cleaner, CRC brake cleaner. But now, when I blow through that with my mouth, and just put the slightest pressure on the needle, it doesn't leak anymore. So I wonder, can we do a visual test of that? So, okay, we've got a bit of CRC penetrate here. So yeah, you can see it's, I'm not sure if you can see, you can see it's full. Open it up, it's not. So yeah, it appears just to be rubbish that's jammed that needle and seat open. So I'll give this a bit of a clean up now and yeah, see how we go, see what we've got, and yeah, we'll just go from there, eh? Okay, I'll give it use a bit of CRC brake cleaner, just a quick squirt on the carby here, just to make sure it was good to go. And we'll pop the float back in. We don't think that was a problem. We'll put the 2 washers back on the needle. We'll screw the needle back in. And we'll just nip that up. I think I'm using a 1/2 inch spanner on probably a 12mm needle and seat, I wouldn't mind betting. Anyway, that's nipped up. Now we have to line the choke rod up with the choke there. I'm using the same gasket that we always had. We'll just pop these 6 screws in. We'll go and put it back on and see if we fix the problem. So it may be that the problem's not with the carb, but the problem was with my fuel system letting a little bit of rust through. I have checked the aftermarket needles and seats versus the genuine ones. People say, oh, they're not the same, but look, I've pulled them apart and they bloody well are. I don't even sell parts anymore, but they are the same. The real early ones had a stainless steel needle and the later ones had a brass one, but that's the only difference I can see. But you can pop them apart and lap them if you need to. So I'll nip that up. And one to go. Okay, I'll run over and I'll pop that on the tractor. We'll turn the fuel on and we'll see how it runs, eh? Okay, we've got the carb sitting back on now, and look, we found the piece of rubbish in the needle and seat was too big to pass through the carb. So if you have a carb that is flooding, sometimes just opening this up and letting a bit of fuel run through for a while is all that's needed. Letting the fuel run through will sometimes wash the little bits out. In my case, I actually had to take the needle out, tip it up and bang it out to get the little piece of rubbish out. So let's just see how we go here. Well, and this morning when I turned the fuel on to bring it in here to do this little job, it was just pouring out. It didn't matter what I did, I couldn't get it to stop. And I'm pleased that we found something wrong. Been pretty exciting stuff watching me put a carby on, I reckon. You want the carb nice and tight, but you don't want to do it too tight that it bends, because you've got the gasket in here, but you do want tension on the gasket. If you have a tractor that you have to keep the choke on all the time to get it to run, fair chance either this gasket's leaking or the manifold gasket's leaking or something's not right there. So pop that pipe in there. Now is this one tight still? Yep, that's good. This carby looks like she's been on and off a couple of times. This nut's pretty fried, but anyway, that's okay. Okay, so I've got the tap open. I'll put my arm through the back and turn the fuel on. So the fuel is going on now. And you can see the fuel running out, so we know we have a fuel supply. And that should come up and seal, and we shouldn't have any fuel coming out of here, which is where it was pouring out before. So I'm going to lift the bonnet, connect the battery, turn on the key. I haven't got the choke hooked up or the throttle's just sitting there, but that should start and run nicely now, I'm hoping. Let's just see. So I got the dog barking. So that's running nicely now. So we'll just go out the back. So there you go. I believe. So there you go. I believe we fixed it. It wasn't actually a problem of the carburetor. It was a problem with dirt coming through the fuel system on the tractor. So yeah, so far I think that it's still a good thing.